may articulate the roadmap towards the actualization of the War Veterans League, and from today until the conference, elective conference, as well also as the structure of the league itself, how and why it has been structured in that way.
Yes. A lot of debate has been created as a result of trying to come up with a structure that represents those people who fought who fought to liberate Zimbabwe. And that debate I need to clarify. First of all, I think I need to correct you and make you understand the fact that it is no longer the Veterans of the Liberation Struggle League. It is now the War Veteran League. And the story behind this development, from the initial understanding that probably the nation had, or the people had, or even the target group had, was as it was, and that I don't need to explain. But the fact that the party has now positioned itself to have the War Veterans League is what I'm going to explain. It is ZANU-PF's custom or way of doing things to have issues or programs or positions directed by the leadership of the party. It is our norm, it is our custom from period immemorial. It was the party that has always given instructions, even to the fighters during the liberation struggle. The party always gave instruction and gave directions. Despite what a section of people think or a group of people think, but the party will always give direction. As a result of that, there was this understanding of the veterans of the liberation struggle and things, and the veterans of the liberation struggle comprising of all those people that were involved. I don't need to go much into that. The party leadership then needed to direct. And the party leadership then convened and gave instructions. And the instructions that were given was in recognition or in acknowledging the role that the party ZANU and the ZAP played to liberate this country. And it is only those two parties in this country that have the right to claim the liberty that was delivered to the people of Zimbabwe. It was ZANU and the ZAP. And these two parties, in spearheading the liberation struggle, it had organs: the youth wing, the women, and the main board. This is what the presidium or leadership of the party then later or further directed from the position that was there. And these organs, these wings that were there, the parties also had the military organs, which was ZANLA and the CIPRA. So when it maintained the main board, the women and the youth, it had not taken on board its military organs, which is ZANLA and the CIPRA. So the party leadership, the president, the leader of the party, then directed that there be need to have the War Veterans League. He was getting it from the instructions that was given by the Central Committee in 2017. And further proposed again at the conferences after the 2017. So he instructed that the position of the Central Committee then be implemented when the Central Committee then agreed that or resolved that let there be a wing of the party from those who prosecuted the war. So ZANU-PF then took those who fought to be the wing, because it is the organ that had been left behind. Remember, I told you about the existence of the youth wing and others. So these two organs of ZAP, the military wing of ZAPU, which is ZIPRA, ZANLA, the military wing of ZANLA, are the two that the leadership of the party then instructed to come up with this new position and a new narrative, and the ones that will be found to be in the structures of the War Veterans League, from the grassroots level to national level. And since then, this was done last week, I think on a Saturday. The commissariat department was instructed thereafter to ensure that this information has been disseminated and this position implemented, and we are in the process of implementing that. It all started with the need to have provincial PCCs throughout the whole country to inform the party leadership the actual position of the party, and that was successfully done, and the information well accepted. And I want to believe that as we speak, the target group is now informed and are awaiting further programs to fulfill the directives that were given by the party. ZANU-PF is a political party that is organized in a quasi-military way. When the leadership speaks, when the leadership directs, our best practices as followers is to implement that with respect, without reservations. Even if one would not like that position, but you complain after. That is a revolutionary principle of the revolutionary forces. And we are, as war veterans, going to do that. So the league, comprising of the two organs of the party, of the parties that prosecuted the war, are going to form the War Veterans League. It is going to be exactly like the Women's League or the Youth League. So regulations governing the implementation of these has been given, and they are very clear. War veterans registers as we speak are being submitted to commissariat today in order to facilitate the secret ballot voting that is going to decide on who should be leading at all levels. A technical committee has been put in place by the party administration here at HQ to ensure that the implementation of this position is being done without compromises. So that is going to be done, and war veterans are aware of that. And district elections are going to be held district elections are going to be held on the 13th and 14th of August. So everything else to ensure that this has become a success is underway, and has reached a very advanced stage. And I am satisfied that we are going to meet the expectations of our leadership. And we expect, all things being equal, to have our provincial elections on the 20th and the 21st of August. We are honestly going to have our conference from the 25th to the 27th of August. We also going to invite our fellow war veterans from the liberation movements, the former frontline states, those who trained together with us during the liberation struggle, who are now in government like we are in government today. They are also going to come and be able to deliver some solidarity speeches on that conference. That way we will continue to start networking the need to maintain the revolutionary principles and fundamentals, so that the machinations by the West will not ever come to fruition, because we will organize our people as a defense mechanism against any such political assaults from the people whom we were fighting against during the liberation struggle. We will also ensure as war veterans that we protect the interests of the party and its leadership. It is our duty to ensure that. We were successful to deliver independence at the doorstep of every Zimbabwean, because we gave value and sacredness to our leadership. We continue to do that. And we will ensure that we've done everything possible to protect that leadership and give them that value, so that they spend much more time in mapping out strategies to develop our nation, because it has been our dream. I think this is what I think you will need to know, or you will need to know about this latest development in the party ZANU-PF.
Yes, maybe one question. There's been debate on the continuation of the league, since it's concentrated on a certain period of war veterans that fought especially the second generation. The argument is that there will be a point that all will be gone. What's the future of the league?
The president was very clear. He informed us that the youth wing will continue to exist. The women will also do the same. But the War Veterans League is not going to continue in perpetuity. It will one day come to an end. Like the First World War veterans and other wars of liberation by other nations. Today you will find that if you go to China, or if you go to Germany, or to these other countries that fought the First World War, you will find very few war veterans of that time. It is by that time that we will have accomplished our mission to defend our legacy, and also be able to ensure that the future of the country is in the right hands. As for Zimbabweans, we will be working very closely with the young men, with the youth, so that there is a harmonious transfer of these responsibilities to maintain the revolution of Zimbabwe. The Zimbabwean authorities, by that time, the future will be in the right hands of the people with the right political orientation.
The last one, this structuring and the conference of the War Veterans League comes every time that we are faced with the 2023 plebiscite. What plans, or how will this assist in making sure we defend the revolution in 2023?
Like I said earlier on, our mobilization strategy is that of resuscitating the ones absent from the National Political Development Program to conscientize our people, to mobilize our people, to teach our people in defense of our independence. So this program is going to start as soon as the national executive is in place. Programs will be rolled out to ensure that the ZANU culture has come back again. The Women's League, the Youth League, and the main body will need to behave and engage each other in a manner that demonstrates comradehood, the value of a person who, in defining comradeship, is a person who does not come to the party to take advantage of the party for self-enrichment, but to give the most precious thing you have in order to ensure that the revolution Yenyikaine has proceeded uninterrupted by giving your most precious. The war veterans gave their most precious, which is life. This is what every member of the party should be able to be doing, not to give yourself the praise and the pride that you may want to have, but the party must remain supreme, and we will ensure that we have put this culture back again, which has been absent for the past 40 years. It is the absence of this program of conscientizing the people that the enemy has taken advantage of. There was a gap that was created because by 1980 our people were conscious enough, and this assisted us to receive or have independence. And since then, the war veterans were absent. There was this vacuum. It is this vacuum that the enemy saw, and they created opposition against us and are fighting us. And the war veterans the War Veterans League is going to work flat out to ensure that this gap has been closed and flush out any enemy machinations in this country in order to strengthen the party and government.